Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on YouTube, join our cult. Hello and welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast. Joined as always by Ross on Wrestling.
Hello, Maffew on Botchin Mania.
And Jack on Jobber.
Hello.
And I do that every week and I'm still not sick of it. I'm very sorry. These jokes are written in the Beano in the 1800s. How the hell are you both?
Delightful.
I am buzzing.
Pollen is subsiding. It's
Good,
all looking.
yeah.
It's all looking rosy.
You seem more alive than
Yeah.
the last few weeks when it's like weekend at Bernie's, so God bless you.
Yeah.
And you're here,
I'm
which is
absolutely.
great.
I'm delighted.
delighted you're
Me
here
and
as well.
Ross and you, but it doesn't. It's not as big a deal for you. But we're in the OSW review. Have you seen
What?
this?
No, I haven't. No.
In the intro of the new one went up today at the time of recording, SummerSlam '93, and they're talking about OSA. It's like, what was it like finally squashing your beef with Maffew and stuff? He's like, he tried to get a few jokes in. He tried, didn't he? It's just like, and it cuts to.
Right, I haven't seen this, by the way.
It cuts
so-
to the podcast. I think they've used the clip of when you read out the name and me and Ross laugh because you don't realise. But
okay.
there's no audio on it. It's just our laughs are synced up with the OSW guys' laughs. So it's like you going like, and us going, hey. It's fantastic. It's so good.
Ah, lovely little two-faced character. Gotta love you. So, in the news, WWE appears to be moving away from PG product into edgier territory. Corey Graves. no, wait, let's do it properly. Do that, and then obstructed by Samoa Joe's head. Yeah.
And Samoa Joe went, what? He couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe that he'd done it.
He was like Shaggy seeing a ghost in Scooby-Doo.
Neither could I on WWE. A finger. Oh,
I'm seeing that in oh, wait.
don't go there.
Yeah.
I thought you were going somewhere. Don't. But
I
let's move
wanted
on.
to, but we won't. Corey Graves dropping an S-bomb on Raw. Not literally. Who wrote this? S-bomb. What does that stand for other than the thing you're thinking of?
The Tom Jones.
Cocking himself.
Tom Jones song, innit?
S-bomb.
There
Off
we
to
go.
the races.
You can tell that Ross is doing a half day today. He's in very high spirits.
That's how why he's awake. That's on the pollen count. And Kofi giving Joe the finger on SmackDown. Not literally. Like this for writing that beautiful thing. Yes, not only that, but attempted murder or whatever happened with the explosions and pyro, and also
Pregnancy angle.
pregnancy angle. We'll get onto that later on. But also, son of a bitch was on SmackDown, so it's clear with the brand extension that Raw has the S-bomb,
Right.
and SmackDown has the son of a bitch. But I have confirmed they can say poop on Raw if they want to do the wildcard rule. But it does mean that they can't use No Way Jose because there's only room in the show for one.
What was that
And-
story Moxley said in his podcast with Jericho? Vince McMahon wanted to say pooper scooper or something.
Yes.
And he's just saying, I need to hear pooper scooper. It's good. Shh.
Were you saying
Stop myself this week.
Well done, yes.
Were you saying that No Way Jose wasn't very good there? Is that what the joke?
It was kind of, but like most
Why
jokes on
No
the
Way-
show.
why
As I
No
said
Way
last
Jose?
week, a lot of my friends will like that bit because they like it when I say something and it gets absolutely zero pop. The
Speaking
Dolph
of-
Ziggler, they call it.
Speaking of Nowhere Jose, there's a popular wrestling YouTube channel called Wrestling News Now. It's one of my favourites.
Oh, no,
and
Wrestling News Now.
And they have said that Nowhere Jose is in a relationship with Alexa Bliss.
I saw this.
Yeah.
Do you know? You want to
This
give
is
the
one that's
reason
like
why?
the slideshow.
What was the reason? I've forgotten. I've just remembered
Because there was pictures of them, and in one of them he's touching her back.
he's touching her back. He zooms in on the hand, touching Alexa Bliss's back because she appears to be stood on some sort of chair. So you got a friend on the chair. You try to go, oh, I'll hold you just in case you fall. Nah, that's a relationship.
No way,
that.
It's like a
Jose.
baby
He
chair or
touched
something.
her back.
He touched her back. Alexa Bliss, a WWE superstar.
Absolutely scandalous.
His
the stuff
cadence
that
is amazing.
Channel gets
Is that
away
the
with.
Blackadder quote? You touched her what?
The Blackadder
Never heard of that before.
The guy reads out. I'd hardly recommend checking it out. The guy reads out. It was Ross and Richard Tubman who brought it to their office's attention.
Me and Richard Tubman are subscribed. We'll keep it every day.
No, you're not.
Yeah, we are.
He's got more subscribers than us, I think.
He
He's
just
massive.
lies
Of course,
out of his
Cultaholic
arse.
tweet.
He just lies out of his arse, and he gets hundreds of thousands of views, and it's admirable to watch.
Oh, so it's like every other wrestling news. website, right?
He takes it to a different level. And this relationship's when he's like 5 new couples you didn't know existed in WWE. WWE.
So he's the chills of WWE.
Seth
He had
Rollins.
he had
and Becky Lynch.
he had Mandy Rose and Sonya as a legitimate couple in real life. And that thing they did on SmackDown with the bit lesbian pollen there, a little bit of touch of the arm. He had that as
Take a shot.
He had that as a sign as a real relationship, and that's the sort of basic bitch level I appreciate on YouTube.
Yes, and there's plenty of them, so there's a lot of appreciation
Here's-
there from you, Ross. Number 15. No way, Jose. And anyway, Fighter Fest happened.
It did.
So, Fighter Fest was weird in the sense that it's AEW's third show after the huge show of All In, the huge show of Double or Nothing.
Are we counting that as a?
Oh no, All
show?
In's not an All In.
Oh, I know they do.
Oh no.
But I know what you mean.
You know what I mean. All right, whatever. Yeah, this was the next show, and obviously it wasn't at the same level. So, in some ways, it was a weird choice for them to do it at that time, but they probably had it pre-arranged with CEO anyway. So, I'm very interested to hear what you guys thought, because God, there were a lot of fighting game references and things of that nature. And if you weren't a fan of those things, I don't know who Justin Wong is making a cameo appearance. It may have had different opinions than myself. So, what do you guys think?
I know of Justin Wong. Isn't he
Do you?
the Street Fighter player or something?
Yeah, I believe he does that, but he's most
Capcom.
known for Marvel vs. Capcom.
I didn't realize he was on the show though.
He was front row with the other commentating guy whose name I forget.
But no, I enjoyed it. I got a few of them, but I just thought as a wrestling show it was pretty good. Not as good as Double or Nothing, but still good. I liked the Ken and Ryu cosplay, and then Ben, who I was streaming with, explained to me what Akuma was, so that was good as well. I was like, "Who's Kenny Omega?" He was like, "It's Akuma, Jack, one of the newer Street Fighter." Newer as in like the past 20 years. I liked how Justin Roberts went round one fight.
Yep.
That was good. So that's about as much as I got.
I like Pentagon and Phoenix and Laredo Kid be like, oh, no one told us about.
We're not
dressing up.
nerds. We dress as us.
Well, I didn't see it live. I saw it on the Sunday, but I saw a picture of Omega with his new bar in it, and I was like, what the hell's happened there? Why would you do that to yourself? And then the penny dropped because I saw the Young Bucks looking cute AF. How adorable did they look, by the way? And a little Karate Man action. Oh, it was so nice. I didn't get any of the references because, as I've said many times, if it's not FIFA or maybe Grand Theft Auto, I'm struggling. Football Manager as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, got to give a shout out to Football Manager.
What if a UK show did that? And it was all Champ Man.
Progress.
Yeah. Do a Football Manager.
But did those detract or distract from enjoying the show?
No, not really. There were the Hadouken bit. That was a bit like, ooh, oh, the crowd went wild though, so that was nice to see.
Apparently Omega used to do that all the time.
Did he?
Before he went to New Japan, yeah. He'd do it in
Probably
PWG
did in
and stuff.
DDT and places like that.
I see that guy who harassed John Cena threatened to do it to him. I'm
Can
gonna Hadouken
we
him.
not mention
lad.
him? Can we please not
We
give
should
people like that
name
attention?
and shame that arsehole.
No, because if you give them attention, they'll get hits and views. Right, like Wrestling News, whatever the freak you just talking about. And Mr. OC, who should... Yeah, right, you're on the same level as
You
him.
can't group them together like that.
Absolutely, I can.
He tried, didn't he?
I tried. Sorry, lads, I'm going to go to Subway and stalk John Cena now.
Oh, is it
But
him?
I was not right, Irish. Oh, well,
Yeah,
sorry, mate, get the flag.
that was all right.
But I think I missed the
flag.
main event of the night, which was the pre-show. I didn't see the pre-show.
All right,
Apparently, this match between the CEO fella and Mr. Nakazawa was
Alex
something.
Jabali.
Yeah, I read reviews from people who also wanted to find game, and they were pretty ferocious.
People thought...
because the thing was, it was CEO Bailey. They'd done CEO X New Japan Pro Wrestling, I think, last year, and he'd been on it because he's the legit owner of CEO Gaming, and I met him in Orlando.
Oh, you
It was
met
really
him?
nice. And he says, "Oh, I did some gaming tournaments." I'm like, "Sure." Thinking it's like the ones that we do in Newcastle, 20 people. Didn't realize on Wikipedia, oh, like tens of thousands of people, right? But then it's one of these things. If you're in on the joke, it's all right. But if you're not, you're just like, oh, so you've got this on the show, right? We'll remember this next time you complain or bitch about anything WWE does bad comedy-wise. All right, so
I read in the Observer today that apparently he got really good at throwing work chair shots, and then they went, "There's a chair shot angle later on, so don't throw any chair shots."
Oh,
yeah. So then he had to do his sick forearms instead.
right. Speaking of which, everyone was like, "That's what we're going." Oh, you know that everyone talks about Meltzer being under the thumb of AEW and all this. Apparently, he was not a fan of this show because, believe it or not, he didn't know who Akuma was either.
I thought the show was good still.
No,
It
but,
didn't
do you know
detract-
what did Big Dave say?
He gave that match like half a star or something. He
Wow.
rated the women's pre-show match worse.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Hey,
better than that.
they're a librarian gimmick because they keep the crowd silent.
What?
I didn't get this at Double or Nothing. What happened? How
I
did
don't
it progress?
know.
How did it
I
progress?
don't know.
Blue Pant Leva Bates came out.
It was nice in
to
real life.
wrestle. She was meant to wrestle Kylie Ray, but instead it was Ali, and it never got explained what happened to Kylie Ray. I don't know why. So Leva Bates came out, and
She's renewing books.
her and Peter Avalon cut like a good cop.
Doing a line backstage, got distracted. Cocaine Bailey, that's a nickname.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right. God, phew, Ross. Jesus.
her and
By the way, can anyone hear? Hopefully, you can't hear the noise of what
I can
sounds
hear
like people
some.
moving.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just upstairs. It'll be fine.
Okay, sorry.
It happens all the time.
It's not us.
the two librarians came out and cut like a good cop, bad cop promo where like Lever Bates was going, books are great, guys. And then he was going, none of you even read. And it was like, yeah, the crowd went into it. Then
Yeah,
Ali
should have read the crowd.
Ali came out. Ali came out. They had a match. It was a bit sloppy, which is weird because I think they're both good. They just weren't clicking, and the crowd were dead for it. And then the ending came when Peter Avalon passed Lever Bates a book. She took it, and it kind of it ended up in the hands of Ali. She threw it back and did like a Van Daminator kind of thing where she threw the book back to her, she caught it and super kicked her, and then that was it.
It was great.
Yeah.
Also
so why the librarians? Why did they shush each other? Was any of this explained?
Tune in to AEW Wednesday Nitro to find out.
I'm not a religious being the elite viewer, or I wasn't when this got introduced. But apparently, I've heard rumors that it's because Tony Khan suggested it, and they've made a joke of it because they're like, owners they shouldn't get too involved with wrestling.
No, they shouldn't.
He suggested.
Oh, is that the reason why?
I don't know if it's true or not. He suggested. That's what I've read online.
Because who's the joke on? The crowd.
Tony.
Well,
Yeah, haha,
but
Tony,
it's
the guy.
kinda-
Wait, what?
So they've said to make it. Let's make it so.
Tony.
Let's prove how bad his idea is by having two of his gimmick and proving that it's crap. But I don't know.
Two libraries, Tony, they call him. Okay, but anyway, moving on from the pre-show, which is very mixed. Also, Private Party had a good showing.
Yes. Best friends doing. I
Yeah,
love their theme
right.
tune.
Nyla Rose dressed as Black Orchid from Killer Instinct, so I love that was a new game about 30 years ago. And yeah, the four-way and other stuff. It was a fun show. There were lots of things to have, but it was not only a niche show in the sense that it was a fight festival. I forgot what the real thing was called now.
Fire Fest.
Fire.
Yeah, I
Right.
keep doing it as
Oh,
well.
I didn't like that portion of it, like the references
It
to
was a
that
bit too much.
meme that died a long time ago.
Right, because the wrestling and business acumen, whatever, of the Elite, I think is great and I appreciate it. I do not watch their show for the comedy. It's not my thing at all. So I'm like, yeah, can we have the wrestling, please? But yes, the wrestling did deliver. However, they only really hyped up 3 or so matches. And if they're going to have an entire roster of people and be like this, he's like, okay, yeah, you might need to have a promo or two and not have to make people watch Being the Elite to catch all the storylines. But still a lot of fun.
Their video packages are good.
Joey Janela headlining. Yes.
Oh, he did the Jimmy Havoc spot. Well, I've seen Jimmy Havoc do it before. The take off your shoes, jump on the thumbtacks. Oh,
I love that song.
take off your shoes, jump. Omega continued the feud afterwards by beating him up.
That's right, yeah.
The cameraman fell over in the paddling pool.
Crowd, way.
Oh, in the pre-show, Jabali tried to drown Michael Nakazawa in that paddling pool. And the referee was just like, oh, he might have done a 5 count. No, it was no DQ. I don't know what he did.
Oh.
6-man match was good. My favourite match was Cody and Darby. But
He needs to settle down, that fella.
Cody Rhodes. Yeah, taking chair shots like that.
No, Mr. Rattling, believe it or not. The one off the ring post, the one off the apron, both send shivers down my spine and probably his as well.
Perfect, Ross. Perfect. Just like warm butter coming out your mouth. But yeah, and he calls it the coffin drop as well. And you're like, yeah, that's what they'll do with... Anyway. But, and obviously can't go without talking about it because everyone else was. The chair shot of doom. With
It's
the
fine.
gimmicked chair.
It's fine because it was gimmicked. It just didn't work.
They gimmicked it to make it sharper and more bendy. So apparently, Meltzer went into a bit of detail in The Observer.
Oh, did he?
They sawed the chair, the middle of it.
So they've seen the chair.
So when it hit him, they sawed the chair. So when it hit him, it would already be pre-sawed through, and it wouldn't hurt. But instead, one of the edges, I think, wrapped around his head and cut the back of it. Oh, it was disgusting.
You have to have the back panel. Like the lower edge of the back panel just wrapped around the side of his head.
It was great. You could
Lovely
see flaps
impact.
of skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was bleeding the next day. I saw when he was in his suit.
really?
He was oozing.
Yeah, took a photo. Like, hey, Cody, having a good time. He's just chilling. And still bleeding.
Oh,
Seeping.
he looked like, you know when you die on Grand Theft Auto and he's just down and there's just blood coming out of his head. I was like,
That was
Jesus.
it. So the game was there going, hey, GD. He's dying. Mortal Kombat. But
I thought it was effective, though, the way the commentary team bigged up the old CTE stuff. Because you never hear that on WWE.
Yeah.
yeah, because it's, I mean,
Awareness
I know
and
it's
stuff
not
like
like, I know it isn't, you take one chair shot and they turn to Chris Benoit. We all know that. But we're all aware now, or we believe it to be, that these things certainly don't help. So it's like, okay, cool. Don't really want to see that. And even better, neither did Two Libraries Khan, as they call him backstage. Because he was like, will we see that? No, you'll not be seeing that on TV. No. So
I think that's how it's going to go, though. Like, the TV will just be a standard wrestling, and these big shows will just have like all sorts of mayhem, which I like the sounds of.
yes, lots
I
of
like the
references,
sounds
lots
of-
of dressing up as fighting game character. Look, obviously, being weird here, but I like the show and will continue to watch AEW.
The next
Because
one
I am co-opted by them, and we need to address that if you have over 30,000 Twitter followers or something.
you're a celebrity. That's what it means.
Yeah, actually.
Did you turn Irish then?
Someone on Twitter
done.
said he screenshotted an independent article, I think it was, from some newspaper saying like, investigative watchdogs claim that if you've got over 30,000 social media followers, you're a celebrity. So congratulations, lads. We're all
Shows
celebrities.
that
Well done.
celebrity doesn't mean anything anymore. And if you don't believe me, check out I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here.
I've retweeted it and said I'm going to ring my mum, and then some
Who also has 30,000 followers.
yeah, some woman was like, she replied saying like, well, it's easy to be a celebrity these days. I've never seen or heard of you, and I was like, that's the joke. She didn't get it.
Oh, humor works really well online. As I
Yeah,
found
it
this
does
week.
it.
Moving on to that. Anyway, moving on to that. Newest match. Oh, wait, I don't want to mention this. Newest match announced for Fight the Fallen because it appeared to have been tweeted out accidentally.
No, this
Oh,
was,
let's say it anyway.
this was on Road to Fight for the Fall.
Oh, was it because whoever it works at AEW then it immediately deleted it? So everyone was, let's just say it anyway. I don't
Oh,
care.
it was in the video. Yeah.
Is Janela All In, as they call him backstage, and Havoc versus Spears, MJF, and Guevara.
So it's like 3 hardcore lads against 3 heels.
Lovely boys.
But MJF, as Pachi pointed out, actually, MJF and Sean Spears, bit of conflict there already because MJF's Cody's best friend. The roller
He's
coaster.
using Cody.
He is, yeah.
That scoundrel.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love how he calls him the roller coaster on,
Yeah.
on Being
Jesus.
You don't know this? The roller coaster.
Roller coaster
He went back to his
of love.
He went back to his old high school in one episode and put up a massive poster of Cody. He's like, he's the greatest ever.
I like MJF.
Yeah.
Paraguay Senior, suddenly passed away at the age of 73.
Yeah.
He was one of the AAA guys. What was it? AAA? Yeah, it was AAA guys. At correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry. At Royal Rumble '97,
What?
and
With a black and white get up on.
I can't remember. No, I don't think he wore a mask. But don't quote me. Again, I'm not a huge lucha guy. I apologize. But those are the guys that they could get at that point. So on WCW, they had Rey Mysterio, Juventud, etc. He was at least 40 something at that point because he'd wrestled, one of his top heels, and that's a great rival of El Santo.
Yeah.
He's at Royal Rumble '97. I was wrestling until 2000, as I found out last night.
Really?
That is amazing to me.
Wow.
All right, who have we got? All
I-
right, Abdullah the Butcher can't make it. Lutez is dead. All right, Paraguay Senior.
It's quite sad, especially because his son was the guy who died in the
Oh,
ring.
yeah, God, yeah.
But, apparently, I'm not a big lucha guy either, but apparently he was one of the biggest lucha heels of the time. So
Yeah,
fair
Wikipedia told me
play.
that as well. But
Yeah.
73 is good innings, and it's good to see that wasn't wrestling until that point.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Lucha Libre guys who just
Yeah.
never leave the ring. Like, Jesus. And coincidentally, Dribble Mania, Lamb's being announced, and there's about 300 people on the card. But they're having the rematch from Fight to Fest. There we go. With the 6-man. So I'm interested to see, will we see Pentagon, Laredo, and Phoenix dressing up?
There's also the team of, I can't remember who their opponents are, but there's the team of Cody Rhodes,
Oh, yeah, Pagano, I think.
Psycho Clown,
Yeah.
and bloody Cain Velasquez, the UFC fighter, former UFC heavyweight champion.
Yes.
Yes, it's going to be crazy.
I love that. Cody's going to shite, yeah. Yeah, we have so much in common, though. They call themselves the lads. D'Lo Brown, now a full-time producer with Impact, and someone's written, damn it, D'Lo on
It's
here.
me who wrote these.
Yeah.
I've said, yeah.
OSW were paying for this.
Damn it,
episode, aren't
D'Lo.
they?
Yeah.
All right.
I thought he was already, that's why I got confused, because I thought Damn it, D'Lo was a joke by OSW because he was the producer of, he was a road agent at Impact. Is he now back in Impact? Is that what's happened here? Because I didn't know D'Lo had ever left.
Good question.
He can't. No, he must have left because he can't have been there for like 10 years, 15 years.
Like the guy in the Muppets movie. He's like, hey, have you been here the entire time? Yeah, where have you guys been? John Cena has a lovely new haircut.
He announced it in Mandarin.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
He can
Well,
speak Mandarin.
what did it sound like so we could tick them off the map?
Nope.
I'm not doing that
No.
one. Like,
No.
that's a bit too far.
Steering
That one.
clear.
All right, cool.
He's got like the old sort of Sam Driver former haircut. Sam used to have it, didn't he? Slick back, fade on the side. That Malaga, that's get up.
Oh, I thought I didn't really. Did he turn sideways? I thought it was just his standard old John Cena.
No, he had his slick back, didn't he?
Right. Rocking that.
Alongside Burns.
Rocking that 2017 Sam Driver cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually went to the hairdresser and went, can you have the Sam Driver, please? And he goes, of course, he's got over 30,000 subscribers. I know who he is.
Are you familiar with the Shredditor?
He asked for Mauro and Ella, but the barber got confused. Because Sam looks like Mauro. You seen him when they're put side to side? When they got glasses on, especially.
Seeing double.
Yeah.
Or Moros. Oh, all right, on that note.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
Now it's time for everyone's favourite segment of the week, the Hall of Fame. And in descending order, in third place, Josh Bevan.
Get the Bevs in. He's not now.
I see people have been sharing our heads while that was going on.
Oh, were you not having a good time? Oh, dear
It's
me.
not that we weren't having a good time, it's just that I don't think we understood what was going on. I thought you were doing a bit. I thought you were doing a
I
joke.
just enjoyed
We
the
waited
song.
for the punch there.
No. Oh,
Lads, listen to this song. It was just this nice, like, yeah, I love you.
it wasn't
like,
that.
Cool, Ross, yep. So yeah, people zooming in on what to do, and Jack's just like, lads, what a great idea. No, honest,
Well-
it's good. And even again, like the fact that you are one of the indie guys on the show or watches indie wrestling has to have his ear to the ground and all this for the rest of the week, and you're like, there's this guy called Josh Bevan, he does music. Also, coincidentally, I think he runs Riptide.
Yeah, he runs Riptide as well.
Like, you could be in the Progress show on Saturday and see Jim
Yeah.
Spawn and goes, oh, he does comedy.
It's that podcaster.
Why is the comedian in the ring? Anyway, so Josh Bevan, 8%.
That's what I say when I see Dolph Ziggler. It's that comedian who does
It makes us
wrestling
laugh.
also. Oh.
Superhuman,
You get out of town. He didn't win.
He didn't win.
36%.
Oh.
But at the Defiant show, Ashley Dunn.
I saw it,
midway
yeah.
through the ladder match. You know, possibly the last ever Defiant show this week, by the way.
The SCC show.
Yeah.
That's what he sounded like on the video I saw.
Yeah, because he was doing it, and people were going, what are you doing? Like, hope you fall. And then he's just like, whoop, whoop. We all went, oh, right. And then he missed. So, yeah, thank you, Ashley Dunn. Wasn't good enough to get him over the edge. In third place, finishing
first place.
Crash Team Racing, 56%. All right, let me read out a pre-planned statement I have here. Your name, that's me, sometimes occasionally post things that are not to be taken too seriously online, and I apologize for Triple Jump thinking that me posting a Simpsons reaction picture was me belittling the importance of their Crash Team Racing tournament that they are having and will be airing on the Triple Jump channel.
Yes.
Soon.
And it's an inter-promotional affair. The wildcard rule is in effect.
It is in
Triple
effect,
Jump with
yeah.
Cultaholic. So everybody will be there. I will not be, and I'm not salty. And I apologize for any offense this caused. I wish nothing but the best of Triple Jump. So I hope that clarifies.
I'm sure
everything.
it's fine.
And they won, and I'd smoked the pair of them. Anyway, sorry. That's not funny. I have to do another apology
my
now.
first round match is a banger. It's against Owen, who I live with. Oh, housemate derby.
All I'm going to say about my performance is that I can never ever appear on any gaming-related thing ever again.
All right.
What happened, Ross?
I can't say. You'll have to watch, won't you?
Oh, there we go. That's the cross promotion
Who was
that we
yours
need.
against?
Adam Pacitti.
Oh, right.
Nice.
That's all I'm going to say. I can never do anything gaming-related. That's just FIFA Football Manager ever again.
That should, never mind these weird punishments you do with the clown shoes or whatever. That should be it. Like, beat Ross at Champ 9. But yeah, it's a one-play game.
Yeah, that would take a while.
I remember once.
Play 6 months
Oh.
on Championship
I'll see
Manager.
you in 3 years' time.
Live stream.
Yeah, I remember once, right? I need to get this off my chest. No, I'll save
Go
it
on.
for my nomination, right?
That's not a problem. Well, as the winner of... Oh, it's me, isn't it? Well, I've had a hard thing about this because I want to see what other people's like. Because you need to know what the audience is thinking if you're on the same level or you're talking complete gibberish. I'm nominating brown sauce.
Oh, no.
Get
out.
I wanted to see this reaction because I think it's better than red sauce.
Oh. Is it better than mayonnaise?
No. It's not better than mustard. It's not better than mint sauce.
Oh, it's better than mustard.
It's not
better-
better.
Oh, not better than mint sauce.
Mint sauce
no,
is
but
fantastic.
Mayo's... I mean, nah, because mint... nah.
Mayo is the
It's
top
on the same
dog
level as mayo.
You-
in the
mayo
condiment
person.
world, yeah.
Mint,
When I go to Spoons, get me a bottle of mayo. Just on its own, I'll be happy.
mint sauce for me on a Sunday.
Sit there.
Is this what you did during Crash Team Racing?
Mint sauce is one for me. Like,
Yeah, okay.
Sunday
Like,
roast,
sorry, this
bit of
was
mint
going to be
sauce.
like the World League. This is one of the G1 climax of condiments.
No,
Oh,
But it
let
can be if
do
you
it.
want.
Let's
But
just do it.
my pick is brown sauce. Daddy's.
nah.
It's called Daddy's because it's the daddy. And I want to see what people think.
I'm not a fan. Ruins tarnishes a bacon sandwich.
Yes.
Brown sauce.
Does.
Tomato sauce every time.
Yeah.
I cannot believe
Sausage
you're saying
sandwich.
this.
Tomato sauce every time.
My mum's like you. She likes brown sauce. I'm like, what are you doing, Helen? I don't call her Helen.
Helen?
I don't.
Helen, Jobber's mum, or whatever. Don't use your full name. When your mum uses your full name to address you, but you do it to her.
Helen the Jobber.
Mum Jobber.
My dad calls his dad Al. I don't think they get on very well. He's like, you're right, Al. I don't know why. He's don't. I thought the cogs would take. I thought you were going to do a "you can call me Al" joke. Did you consider it?
I would. No. So that's my condiment.
I got it.
I hate that there's such a lag.
I thought-
It's like Skype. Anyway, that's my condiment. Who came second? You did. Please.
I watched a bit of YouTube this week and saw an interview with Jimmy Havoc on with that Chris Van Vliet fella.
Oh, we're plugging him, aren't we? Yeah.
So
Nice
after
man.
seeing what Jimmy Havoc did to me, and did to him kind of as well,
What did he do to you?
he made me like he's schoolboy. He just schooled me. He just turned up without a care in the world and showed me how to be a poor interviewer, which I am. I'll admit that. I'm not very good. But he came in and he saw a vulnerable young man there sat next to him, shaking, slightly nervous to speak to another human being and in the person. I don't do that often outside this podcast. You know, I was a bit like, ugh, I'm shy and retiring, you know that? And then he just went to town on me for the entire half hour and then just made a right mockery of my show called Straight to Hell. But Chris Van Vliet had him on his show, his talk thing, his YouTube channel, that's what they're called, his talk thing. And did a good interview with him. So Chris Van Vliet has magical powers. Or I'm just really bad. But I like to think Chris Van Vliet's got magical powers.
I've got to say, I don't think it was as bad as you. I think Jimmy Havoc deliberately tried to make you uncomfortable. Yeah.
Oh, Jimmy does that. That's
I
his
know
thing.
that, but I didn't react.
Yeah, he's a dick.
I just froze. And I cringed. When I watched it back, cringed all the way through it. As I do with most of my stuff, really. But, you know,
Well,
cringed
yeah,
even more.
Who watches this?
Cringed even more, yeah.
But I mean, what do you know about Jimmy Havoc? Because I think you can smell it if you don't know anything about him or anything like that.
What do you mean? What do I know about him?
Well, before you interviewed him, were you like...
I was familiar with him.
Oh, okay, right. Oh,
I didn't know he'd just turn up and be like, you know, a little...
oh right.
little-
All right.
But it's my fault, really. I should have reacted.
Had you met him before?
You should
Nah,
have
nah.
Oh, right.
sworn, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Well, he made up for that. He sort of swore about 40 times on this YouTube channel that never allows swearing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not bad-mouthing Jimmy Havoc, by the way. I'm just saying that Chris Van Vliet's a very talented interviewer and should be in the Cultaholic Hall of Fame. Plus, I want to do stuff with him. So, don't want to do stuff with him. I want to talk
he's
to
a
him.
handsome man.
What if...
He is a handsome man, but I don't want to do stuff with him.
What
I
if
just want
Chris
to talk
shows
to him.
up and just does exactly what Jimmy Havoc did? Chris, big man, get away from me.
He's like the American Simon Miller. Muscles and really nice.
When they were together on the interview.
I was like big brother, little brother, wasn't it?
Like twins.
Yeah.
If you squint.
Sorry, Twins, the Arnold Schwarzenegger film, not like...
Oh, right.
Of course, why would you not instinctively think that? Sorry, I'm being stupid. So that's a good one. Jack?
I didn't have one prepared, so I'll nominate Thierry Henry because of what happened when I used to play Football Manager, or Championship Manager as it was, with my mate Mark when we were like 11, 12. So we went around his once. We started a file with, I was Barcelona, he was Real Madrid. Everyone I feel is on the spectrum somewhere and prefers either Barcelona or Real Madrid. Which one are you? No?
Barcelona.
Barcelona.
carry on.
same.
Yeah.
Are you Barcelona or Real Madrid?
Oh,
You don't care?
but big fan of both.
Mesque un club.
Yeah.
Yeah,
more
but
than-
just to support your story, yeah, Real Madrid, yeah, sure.
Okay. Anyway,
Stabbed now.
and at the start, like we start obviously in the summer transfer window, or it might have even been before transfer windows, and I bought Thierry Henry from Arsenal. Then we did a few games and stuff, went home. I came back the next weekend or whatever to play with him again, and we loaded up the save file, and he was like, "Oh yeah, save file's gone." I was like, "What do you mean? Why is the save?" We're gonna have to start another one. I was like, "What?" But I bought Thierry Henry. I was going to do really well. He was like, "Wouldn't happen in real life. It's unrealistic." Thierry Henry later did sign for Barcelona, and then he said, "I said, why did you do that?" And he said, "We're 11. Man's got to do what a man's got to do." He deleted the file because I bought a player that thought was too good, and it would never have happened in real life.
Soy boy.
And he went, "Man's got to do what a man's got to do."
That's not what a man
man's
does.
Man's got to do what a man's got
I'm
to
going
do.
to do what a man does.
Mark is a year older than me, so he was always the more confident child growing up as well. You know, when you got an older mate who seems really cool because they're older.
Oh, yeah, he's got Jimmy Havoc.
And I just, so for Thierry Henry, right, I'm nominating him in honour of never being able to sign him for Barcelona, and then he would in real life like 3 years later.
I can't believe you may deleted your save file. That is
Because a man's got to do
a
what a
man's
man's
going
got
to
to
do.
Mark,
That's not
it's for you.
That is disgusting.
not the conduct of a man, that is it?
What is he? Yeah, what is he doing now?
He works for End.
End.
He works for Barcelona.
Terry Henry, the bus boy.
His name is Sylvain Wiltor. No, he works for End. He's like he's a sort of web design creative-y type.
Oh no, he's doing really well.
He's doing
then.
well. Oh, he's doing
Oh no, I hope
Oh.
he's like,
Oh, we've not fallen out. He's a nice lad. Although we should
Break
have
into
done.
his office. Get on his computer. Sorry, I've deleted all of your files. Man's got to do what a man's got to do.
In an Henry shirt. Barcelona Henry shirt. Yeah.
Terry Henry. Okay, cool. Thank you for that.
That's
one.
all right. It's fine.
Lovely. You're good at story time.
Don't know why I
Cheers.
didn't nominate Mika Aratilo from back in the day. Shout out to people who know that one. Football manager, man. I don't think he was real. He might be real. You know, one of those
Yeah, I
football
know
managers.
you mean,
Oh, he was amazing. And him and Sebastian Freebrock for me, for my Liverpool side, used
Nice.
to tear everyone apart. Chris Van Vliet, though.
Oh yeah, back to real. Back to people wanting the show. Yeah. It's between Thierry Henry and Chris Van Vliet next time.
I'm really worried that's going to come across like I'm having a go at Jimmy Havoc. I'm not. It's my poor interviewing skills I need to get over.
I'll defend you here. I'll take the flag off you. A lot of people have said the same.
That's
He is
all
a
right,
dick. He's a self-admitted dick.
If
and the only
anything-
reason he doesn't give me a crap is I'll
it's
get
very
drunk
much
and I'll try and kiss him on the
It
face.
was very much on purpose. I just couldn't keep up my end of the bargain because I'm not very good.
If anything, he'll respect you more if you call him out.
No, I'm not going to do
Okay,
that
right.
because
Yeah.
something might happen. I'm not ready for that.
But you're a
Bruised
celebrity,
like,
so am I.
bruised
Right.
like a peach. Am I? I'm not.
Yes. Compared to us, you are a celebrity, don't worry. So the choices in the Hall of Fame this week are brown sauce. Doesn't have to be Daddy's, that was just a pun, there are other brands available. Thierry Henry, in a very convoluted kind of way. And the man, the myth, Chris Van Vliet.
Correct.
And if you'd like to vote for any of those, please go to, I'm going to point to someone, this guy.
Patreon.com/Cultaholic.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Raw and SmackDown recap.
And now it's time for the Raw and SmackDown recap. And with the Heyman Bischoff era.
The era
Or
has
maybe
begun.
it is, maybe it isn't, I don't know yet.
Well, apparently Heyman was there, sat next to Vince and Gorilla, but Bischoff wasn't so hands-on for SmackDown. That's what the general consensus is.
Bischoff's already
What-
lagging behind.
What it means, I don't know.
Heyman's going to book the socks off of Eric Bischoff.
But apparently Heyman's had influence on Raw for a bare time now. But just this new title's got everyone excited.
How are they considered equals for the role? Because Heyman was a book. It is one of the most innovative and progressive bookers ever.
So
in
is Eric
wrestling.
Bischoff.
No, he's not.
He rode a motorcycle and called out Vince McMahon. he did karate.
Yeah, he did karate. Oh, I don't.
See, I hate that you're thinking, like, what has Bischoff ever done? Bischoff revolutionized wrestling as we know
Bischoff
it.
knows-
It's
He
the reason
saw
why
something
I
happen in Japan and nicked it.
Oh my god!
Listen, I'm
You
just
know when they
saying,
say winners write the history books? This is it.
No,
This is
because-
it. Bischoff, is that all he did?
Heyman didn't win either.
Win? Well, no, you're right.
To be
but-
fair to Bischoff, he is the only man who's had a Vince McMahon his arse to him in terms of wrestling ever.
That wasn't just solely down to Bischoff, though, was it? I feel like Heyman was more of a one-man creative force than Bischoff was. Weren't various people the bookers in WCW around the time?
Yeah, but as a
Nash
guy
was.
that gets stuff sorted out, Bischoff. Oh, Nash. Yeah, if Nash
Nash
was
was
going to
one.
SmackDown, that's us out of a job, all right?
Nash
But-
is when it was dying, wasn't it?
Yeah, yes. Several times. It was dying, and then Nash made sure to kick it in the balls, make sure it was dead. But no, Bischoff took a company
Did he
that
pull
was...
his cord when he did it?
Well, again, the only thing that Nash ever did in his career was put a terrible quad on live TV. But yeah, Bischoff took a company that was on its arse, not making any money, said, well, why are we doing house shows if no one's going to watch us? He goes, oh, all right, and took him to Disney, signed Hogan, got Nitro started, and then whoosh. If any other business, the man would be doing TED Talks. and
He
be
does.
respected.
He did
He
what?
did a
does he?
TED Talk.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, he's
About
done one.
See,
media,
I agree.
news and media.
When he comes
or
out and cuts a
something.
heel promo at first.
Does he? I didn't watch it. I just saw it on YouTube
He goes,
before.
I'm back. No one gets it. It's not wrestling fans.
He comes out and runs down the crowd, and they're all really uncomfortable. And he's like, "See, that was," and he uses that as like his intro.
Do you do this face?
I don't think
Every
so.
public appearance he's done over the past few years, every time he walks through the curtain, he goes,
Oh, he's evil, isn't he?
Oh,
don't know what it means.
I find him weird. Stop doing that.
thank you. That'll be the Daddy's a Cultaholic segment for this week. Anyway, moving on to wrestling that happened this week. Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley changed the very landscape of professional wrestling.
Heyman era. I'm fully Team Raw now, me.
As they crashed through the Raw set, and Corey Graves went, Heyman, nice shot.
No, he didn't. He went, "Oh,
he
S bomb."
S-bomb. Yeah, I've already talked about that. AJ Styles turned Diddler after losing to Ricochet in the main event. I thought he beat Ricochet, didn't he?
No, he lost.
Hey, he won first, and then the division.
Oh, right, yeah, of course.
Does my head in this, Maffew?
Yeah, the two.
Why doesn't it happen every match? Why only in certain matches, high-profile matches, is there a referee watching in Gorilla? Why don't the referees, the egotistical pricks, care about each match on the card as much as they do the next?
Because just like everybody else, sometimes they show up to work and can't be honest.
What WWE needs is Mike Dean. He would sort everything out. You familiar with Mike Dean?
Oh, God.
Yes.
Celebrity ref.
Nobody,
ref.
nobody needs Mike Dean.
No.
Nobody.
Pierluigi Collina is
Uriah Rennie.
Uriah. Didn't he always send off Alan
He
Shearer?
did, yeah. He sent him off
He's
twice. I
hated
think.
in
He said,
Newcastle.
yeah.
Uriah.
Shearer, right?
What's he send him off for?
Aston Villa at home. 99-2000 season. First
Right.
home game of the season.
Should know that.
Shearer's backing in. Shield, trying
As
to
he does. Classic vintage.
Trying
Vintage
to
on
chest-
Shearer.
trying to
with a enormous shirt.
Trying to chest the ball.
The shirt that
No.
makes him look 5'6" even though he's pretty big.
Shearer's not. Hey, Shearer's. He opened the Pegswood Sports Court, right?
Is he not tall?
He's not. He must be about 5'10".
Really?
If a bit shorter. He's
I always imagined him being
deceptively
like
tall.
6 foot.
Nah, he's deceptively.
Well, he's
massive.
short now because he hasn't got any hair. Anyway, carry on.
But Shearer's backing in. No elbows are going. He's just holding his man off. and
Wingspan.
Uriah Rennie sends him off at St James's Park.
Whoa.
The balls on Uriah Rennie.
Whoa.
Huge. Anyway,
This is related to Raw.
they should
because-
have VAR though.
Wrestling.
Just let VAR ruin everything in the world ever. You been watching the Women's World Cup?
Oh my god.
Oh, a toenail's offside now, and that's offside apparently, Maffew.
I mean,
it is technically correct.
It is, yeah, but it's
But-
how correct do you need to be?
we only like it when it's helping us. Anyway,
see the American
Uriah
last
Rennie
drinking
beat
tea.
down the US champion and stood tall with Gallows Anderson. It's all right. What?
It's all right. So talking about, we've moved on. From
I think we
women's.
needed to actually move on from that. I do apologise. There was some sub-editing there. Yes, so the Not Bullet Club are back together. And it's great because Gallows and Anderson have been losing every match since this little thing's happened, which is actually in the continuity of Raw because Revival lost every match they had and they got a title shot. So that actually makes sense. So that makes sense because I forget Styles is on Raw most of the time. But now
He's
I'm
been
remembering.
injured recently, to be fair.
Oh,
But I think
by the way.
I think you got a bit stale as a babyface, me. I thought it played its course and it was time for a change.
Yeah.
Enough was enough, and it was time
Yes.
for a change.
Well, enough is enough.
Samoa Joe choked out Kofi Kingston in a 6-man tag alongside the Viking Raiders,
Oh yeah, I've written something weird here.
strengthening his claim on the WWE title. That sounds quite Game of Thrones. Apologies.
Yeah, I thought strengthening his. My lord, he strengthened his claim on that. It's just a bit, you know what I mean?
He's taken Kingston in a 6-man tag
Yeah.
in Delaware, wherever the hell they were.
Send a raven to his family. You know, it's like that sort of crap.
Yeah, no, good. I like Samoa Joe being
Yeah.
a dick, and because you've instantly forgotten the fact that he lost to Ricochet clean as a whistle.
Yeah.
So
He's great. He's
He
so
should
good.
he should take it, shouldn't he?
Oh,
If
I
anyone's
don't want
gonna
either of
take
them to
it,
lose the feud.
If somebody has to, it should be him. There's
Right.
nobody else like sort of. Because Kevin Owens is now a babyface. We'll get on to later on.
For no reason, yeah.
Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch defeated Mike and Maria Kanellis. Oh, yeah. Maria announced that she's pregnant to avoid wrestling Becky. She rated Mike and told him that she's surprised he could impregnate her
That was very Kevin Owens. The Undertaker.
because he's a weak man. She also said that the only man in the match is Becky Lynch and that next time maybe she'll ask Becky to impregnate her, which I don't think people should take too literally. I know I can see there's a question mark at the end of this. Yeah, I don't think she was too serious there.
But it was still a very bizarre thing to say.
Yes.
The whole thing.
Imagine
was
when
very
those two kids they've got watch that back in years to come. Imagine being Mike and Maria having to explain that.
I think they will be able to explain it quite easily by the news. And this should have been in the Hall of Fame this week, unless I had the thing about daddies. Right, so
Maria
Mike,
Kanellis
go
plays
on.
the game,
bizarre.
doesn't
Oh,
she?
is this them being like Jeff Jarrett?
Like,
like,
I saw,
remember Jeff Jarrett was pregnant in 99,
No,
wrestling
but-
China. But yeah, so they signed new deals because WWE is trying to sign whoever they can right now because everyone wants to jump
Was it
ship.
5 years?
5
I
years.
believe it was
Oh.
5 years.
I've seen-
I think the ink was still wet on the contract and they went, oh yeah, by the way, I'm pregnant.
You've been absolutely done, Vince.
The best thing is though, the first when they joined WWE, then she got pregnant straight away. So they signed the big contracts initially. I presume they're bigger than what they had before, I guess.
Bigger than what Evolve was given.
Well, you know what I mean. Big in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Pregnant. Signed a new one. Pregnant. I saw the
So
phrase.
I've actually got 3 for the price of 2.
I saw the phrase "carny as piss" thrown about on Twitter. That's the sort of poo housery I'm here for.
I think.
Hey, you
fair
know what?
play
I
to
didn't
them.
care about either of them, but I love them now.
Yeah, fair play.
Maria needs to have Triple H's theme. She knows how to play the game.
And this was so weird. It's such a weird segment, and I think obviously directly referencing this, but also it was weird because I saw people go, it was just cook everywhere. Aha, Mike the cook, cook. Where's the cook? We want the cook. I'm like, I was under the impression that Cook Golden was when I believe it was a term in certain weird circles where I would watch, like, if I was in a relationship with Jack, I would watch Jack get it on with you, and I was
And
a
you
cook, but it wasn't necessarily a negative thing because I knew. And then it's become this weird term that's evolved. Because the only reason I bring this up was I knew somebody who was not a professional cook, but he would get paid to go to houses with people's consent, obviously, and for people who couldn't get it up. I couldn't think of a
Right.
polite way of saying that. I'm
Right.
sorry. And
Blue Chew.
he'd give him the business. Yeah, he'd give him a bit of blue chew. Whilst the other person watched, because they couldn't do that to their spouse. And this person
Was this
paid his
book
way
back,
through
Mark?
university doing this. And I thought it was worth bragging, because
And
I
how
think
much
it's
did
amazing.
how much did you make on like a weekly basis?
Oh,
doing
I
it?
can't remember the exact numbers, but it was enough.
I meant you, but all right, it was a little joke.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine.
I beg your pardon. And, because he was just very viral.
I
He
actually
didn't really care. He wasn't too picky, as I found out.
What kind
he
of-
did have a cock, like, as my mate said, a Final Fantasy boss. So.
Does that mean very big?
Oh, God, yes. Sorry.
I
Sorry, I've got the script for Fighter Fest here.
I actually know the answer if you want to know the etymology of the word.
Oh,
cuckold.
please. I think we should educate the audience.
So cuckold is a term which was used back in like Italian like Renaissance plays and stuff.
Oh, wow, was
Basically
it?
basically meaning like
Cuckoldy.
basically meaning like you're a cuckold because you know what cuckoos do, the birds. They'll
Not really.
they'll like
In the people's ways.
like I think they like invade another nest of a different bird or something like that. Anyway,
Yeah.
so if you're a cuckold in like the sort of olden days, that's literally the term for a man whose wife has committed adultery, right? Then it became a term for the fetish. Then it's become more of like a social justice kind of negative slur about people who are, left wing and stuff.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's what I think. So it was like,
Yeah.
you cook. I'm like,
So
well,
there's-
no.
there's your lessening cuckoldery by me. Shout out the
I think
What a great episode of Cultaholic.
I think people were saying that because Maria was sort of tantalising the idea that somebody else got her
yeah,
pregnant.
yeah.
So people are thinking, oh, she's gone behind Mike's back and done the dirty.
Yeah.
But the fact like Mike was like, well, no. And he was just belittling him because she realised, oh, God, I'm married to someone on 205 Live. Anyway, the Street Profits turned up in 2 backstage promos.
That first one was deliberate. I'm convinced it was
Oh, the deliberate mistake?
It was supposed to be
Yeah.
one of those like, oh, did I just see what I thought I saw there? Was that some? Let's get on Twitter and go, oh, did you see that?
I think it was
I think you're giving these people way too
No,
much credit, but that's
Paul
fine.
they were,
Heyman, it's the
they
Heyman
were
era.
posing.
No, but when I
perfectly,
put it
though.
in my video series, it'll be a mistake. The lot of which saw them annoy Paul Heyman until he left. Excellent.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
It set the scene for them. Like, hey, what happy go looky what? No, we don't do that.
Well,
Like, oh, good.
I'd have liked to have seen them do something, not even a match, just have an in-ring segment, but, it's still fine.
But wait, is this a thing now where, like, a PWG can't book anybody without WWE signing them to NXT? NXT can't put the tag titles on anybody without Raw taking them. Drake Maverick defeated R-Truth, become 24/7 champion, taking the title along with him on his honeymoon. His wife was not happy.
No. She was in the Mae Young Classic, the first one. I never knew that.
Oh.
Saw it on Reddit.
I didn't know that either.
She was she got knocked out in the first round, I think, by maybe Candice LeRae.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, R-Truth and Drake killing it as always. Undertaker showed up to confront him. Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre.
He said a lot of words, but he said bugger all at the same time. Still don't know why he came back to help Roman Reigns. We know that Roman Reigns
Yeah.
didn't call him, but we don't know why it happened.
No, Undertaker cooked Roman here. Am I getting it right? Because he said, like, I don't really care about Roman. Shane McMahon. I'm gonna at the Fall Bros. Sorry, but like, yeah, he's like me and you, Shane, we go way back, whatever. It seemed to be like that. We're gonna do Shane McMahon Undertaker again.
My least...
I hope it's built towards Drew retiring and me. That's
Yeah.
the best way out of it, surely.
Drew McIntyre will retire before Undertaker.
I mistakenly thought, I said on Graded that Drew was scared of Taker. It was just Shane who was scared of Taker and he was holding Drew back, which is fair enough. But my least favourite part of this segment was when Undertaker went, "You may be the best in the world, Shane, in this world." So why is Undertaker acknowledging that Shane's the best in the
Shane's
world?
the best in the world, yeah.
In this world.
Even Undertaker has to put over how
Yeah.
virile Shane McMahon is.
But he's like,
You're really good at punches, Shane.
if I
But I'm the
were...
best pure striker. He used to say that every week about Undertaker.
And he says like, but I'm going to send you to a realm where you're just going to be festering souls and just basically he said their
205 Live.
he said their souls aren't going to rest in peace. Oh, because he's going to
It was something. Rest in peace.
not going to rest in peace for all eternity. They're going to be in pain and misery.
And
And
noise.
so are we watching it. And
And noise.
Miz beat Elias in a 2 out of 3 falls. Blah blah blah. Lacey Evans beat Natalia with help from blah 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 blah. Carmella beat Alexa and said blah blah blah. But then Nikki beat Carmella to avenge. Yeah, that was weird. Any thoughts on these amazing segments?
I've taken away from this week that Nikki Cross is getting over like they intended Bayley to get over back in the day on the main roster.
Sean Ross Sapp says the same thing.
Did he really?
He did.
Well, there we go then.
Great
That's a
Damn
bloody.
it. This isn't an essay. We'd have to put our references at the bottom.
No, I'm not saying he stole it. I'm just saying that's
No, it was my original thought.
Fair
That
enough.
came from my very own brain.
Yeah, that one there.
Fair
Brain.
enough.
They pointed at like wrestlers do. And it was weird though that actually we'll go on to SmackDown. Kevin Owens is now inexplicably a babyface again.
No, he's not.
Yeah, who wrote
He's
this?
sick of Dolph Ziggler and he's
Right.
turned babyface. It's a perfectly legitimate reason because I'm sick of Dolph Ziggler as well.
Yeah.
I cannot believe we're 2 weeks now removed from his latest loss. Kevin Owens murdered him 2 times more, yet he was still peddling the same old sugar, honey, ice, and tea.
Well, no, I don't. Lovely.
Aye.
I don't mind Ziggler. Excuse me. I don't mind Ziggler coming out there and being delusional, saying it should have been me. It's when, like last week, he went, it should be me, and WWE management agrees with me. It's like what? But now he's come out this week. He just sounds like a whining get. It's like, oh, that's fine.
There was no
That's
way
his
back
character,
for what
that's fine.
Kevin Owens said to him, though.
Oh,
That
I mean,
was
Owens killed
amazing.
him.
That was amazing.
I've got it's.
Owens
it's-
ended his
I think
career.
it's the next sentence actually.
Oh, okay. He mocked Shane McMahon on the KO show for being scared of The Undertaker and absolutely tore into Dolph Ziggler when he came out. It should have been you 8 years ago. Then it was kind of. Then it went away.
Then it was kind of so good.
It's like, in our house, we call Dolph Ziggler Fallout 4 because he's sucked ever since 2014.
I've never played Fallout.
God, I bet you're glad you're watching
I'll
this.
guess it was good. People might laugh at home.
In the
We
main-
should have a laughter track.
That would be great.
That'll make you feel better.
Yeah.
Just Pacini.
Yeah, we do laughter track, and it's still just because the guy doing laughter track, like, what are you talking about? In the main event, Heavy Machinery beat Owens and Ziggler to get added to the SmackDown Tag Title match Extreme Rules, and then Owens hit Ziggler with the stunner, which they used to do with Defiant Wrestling before it died this week. R.I.P. Defiant Wrestling. No.
Yeah, I mean, if it is, they've not said it's the last show. I'd be sad if it's.
Oh, yeah,
not.
it's weird. Defiant Wrestling had a show, and it was a pay-per-view, thankfully, not a bunch of loaded tapings. I went on for 9 hours. It was very good.
Built
it was
built to destroy.
Yeah, it was built to destroy, and it's also Triple H's plan for the UK soon. And yeah, no, it was actually fun. I mean, I'm being joking, but it was a fun show. Crowd were dead as whatever, but there was lots of nice people on the show. And if it is the end, thank you very much for all your service.
That's all right, Matthew. You're welcome. We were part of that for a long time.
Oh, I see. Right. Thinking.
No, we invented that promotion. We did.
Adam
That's
Pacini
right.
founded it.
And I want to say this. At the very end, Dave Starr beat Rampage for the title to end that storyline. Great. And people were very happy to see Dave Starr win. And it was like, okay, thank you very much for coming. And then it started playing a video on the screen. And of course, the first thing to do, it's Pacini.
It's like the history of.
Yeah, it's the history of Defiant Wrestling / World Culture Pro Wrestling. But the first thing is, Adam Pacini, I would like to announce the arrival of Blockbuster. And they were, Pacini's back! Like, they just did a coup that signed him. Like, yeah! Oh, it's a retrospective. Right, okay. So that was the highlight of the night. And...
Pacini's back. And Big Damo. What? It was like,
Damo Gate! Kofi and Joe have a great promo segment. Oh, this was the highlight of the week easily, where Joe accuses Kofi of playing the nice guy, but using the fans and also his friends. Says Woods will be his hype man and butler forever. Joe goes after Kofi's family, but Kofi was expecting that. Joe demands a handshake, and he promises he won't get him until Extreme Rules. Kofi gives him the finger instead, and it's Trouble in Paradise. It says Austin.
Yeah, because yeah.
What?
I thought Kofi came out of this looking like a bit of a knob.
No.
He got the wrong.
What?
He got the wrong end of the stick, didn't he? Joe
You
was
got
like,
Kofi. Yeah, I'll beat you up and kill you unless you shake my hand now.
not that bit. The bit before, when
What bit?
Joe was like, "You're all about the acts of benevolence and whatever he said from Xavier and Big E," and he was like, "Well, I'll tell you just like I've told everybody else. I've won all of my matches on my own." But that's not what Joe was saying. Joe was saying you get put in these matches just because of someone else's kindness. I thought that was I thought that was weak from Kofi. Me.
I think you're looking at it because Kofi shouldn't be nice to this guy after he's attacked him several times and choked him out.
But he just answered a different question than what he asked. What he asked is what I'm saying.
But I like doing that as well. But no, I think this was great for Kofi because he's doing almost the Bret Hart type.
The finger was
like,
good.
I'm a nice guy, but you know, I'll shake your hand if you're nice to me. But if you come at me, I'll come at you as well.
Respect is earned.
You big get.
Yeah.
So I'm hyped for this. And again, I'm not sure if they did it like deliberately on purpose, but it was censored in a bunch of other countries. Like,
What on YouTube?
oh Christ.
Bloody, that's the power of the flipping the bird. That. Careful.
I'm sorry that people listen to the audio version of that. Ross just hit the microphone for no reason. All right, calm down, man. Nikki Cross took over a moment of bliss. The guest was Bayley, and she furthered the storyline with Alexa manipulating and lying to Nikki. The pair had a match which Bayley won quickly. which doesn't make a lot of sense because surely the storyline only works if Nikki Cross is able to beat Bayley.
Oh, yeah. Oh, crap.
But then if Bayley beats, it's like, oh, have they forgotten what this was going?
Yeah.
Okay. Someone knocked on Aleister Black's door.
We don't know who yet.
These are awful. These are so stupid.
I like what he says in them.
Oh, sorry. In this
Very
one,
well-spoken man.
Yeah, but he's saying crap really well.
But, like, the crux of it is, if you want to fight somebody, just go to the middle of the ring instead of sitting in a dark closet.
Yeah. I'll wait here. No, you come in here. You knock on my... Oh, my God. Oh, wait. What do you play? What do you call the game where you knock... If you're a kid, don't do this in a
Knock your 9 doors. I saw you.
Knock your 9 doors.
Knock
That
your
was
nine
it. All right, okay.
Knock
your danger door.
Knock and don't run. That's the posh boy version.
Yeah, I heard that one as well. Knocking down to run.
Knocky 9 doors is what it was
All
called.
right, well,
Never did it myself. Like.
That was ever was thrown in there. 2 cents of what it should be called. Shelton Benjamin turned weird.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have no idea where that's going.
The Shelton thing's very strange.
He knows Lesnar's cashing in. That was
that it?
the green background. I don't know.
Well, he's Lesnar's mate.
Wow, you guys can say there's some background. Wow, okay.
The green. That's that. I saw someone was saying because Matt Hardy called him Senior Benjamin. They reckon
Yep.
that now because he's a bit older, he is now going to become Senior Benjamin, and that was the first. Could you imagine?
It was a bit of a Senior Benjamin facial expression, actually.
It was very Matt Hardy.
Yeah. Oh no.
I don't know where the hell it's going, but I'm intrigued.
You can't have. Let's like fake Diesel, fake Senior Benjamin. Like
Who plays Rebby?
that. Mickey James.
Sasha Banks when she comes back.
Oh, that was the hilarious thing. She's on the show, kind of, on SmackDown, because they do that advert. She's on that weird mobile phone commercial.
Well, the Universe one, where you can build your own roster.
Oh, she's also on that as well. But someone was like, she's doing a fake advert, and then the mobile phone thing's like, hey, who hasn't got good coverage? I'll beat you up, whatever. But she's there. I'm like, yeah, but she's not on SmackDown. Anyway, someone knocked on... Daniel Bryan beat Big E. Good match. Lots of grandstanding, lots of reaction. Ember Moon beat Mandy Rose. Yeah, she did. And Andrade beat Apollo Crews. Oh, yeah.
Who apparently have been feuding.
Have they?
News to me.
Corey Graves is like, this match, or whatever was happening in the match, is a microcosm of this rivalry.
Yeah. For those who
Now
watch
it's like,
SmackDown, for those who watch SmackDown and don't blink, these guys have been feuding. Like, all right. And what else happened? Big Joe from Rise was in CGW and representing.
Oh, I was in Rise Wrestling.
segue.
Sorry, yeah.
Oh yeah, God.
I thought you meant
Sorry,
Joe.
Rise Wrestling.
I thought you meant
from
Joe Biggs.
Yeah, right.
Big effing Joe.
Big effing Joe.
The deathmatch man.
He did. Casanova Valentine beat him, but just want to give a shout out to the UK guys doing that. Progress are doing Newcastle.
Fog on the Toon.
Prog on the
Frog on the
Tyne.
Tyne. Fog on the Toon, Jack.
Oof. Swing and a miss. And so that'll be exciting. We're getting Eddie Kingston versus Valda.
Big.
Big.
I mean,
oof.
Eddie Kingston's never ever going to win, but
A lot of meat there.
it's going to be great.
And
Eddie Kingston's, man, I can't believe I'm going to see Eddie Kingston in my hometown.
Right.
Man, I've never seen him before.
I'm going to ask him if he can kill me again. And bunch of stuff. Yeah, anything else?
NXT UK had the download thing again. It was like the second week of the download
Oh,
show.
yeah. And
The main event was Grizzled Young Vets versus Mustache Mountain.
Yep.
It looked like Mustache Mountain were actually going to win the belts back at download, but then Imperium
that's
crashed
the
the ring, and then they handcuffed Trent Seven to the corner, and then made him watch as they chucked Tyler Bate into the ring post.
Yeah.
And then they all posed on the apron as the music played, and you could just hear Trent handcuffed still going, Tyler! Tyler!
Hey, Tyler!
It's so good. And Noam Dar attacked Kenny Williams backstage in a field and rubbed his face in the
he
mud.
did.
When you're a dafty. That's pretty much it.
Yep, they get them up. And Viper beat Ripley.
Yes.
Good. Good. She's cancelled forever. Good. And I think that's pretty much it for the wrestling. Going once, going twice. Next segment.
Let's have a rummage in our mailbags.
And now it's time for everyone's favorite summer.
The mailbag.
Let's see if you can get Maffew. He's had a full cup full of Gorilla Head. A fine Thursday to you.
Audio listeners are going to be very confused.
Oh, yeah. That's a Newcastle expression. A fine Thursday to you. Oh, no. They know it's Thursday now?
Yeah, they know.
Oh,
Fine Friday to you.
This
Oh,
guy's
that's nice.
This guy's in the know. He's
Yeah.
he's an insider.
We'll have him killed. Over the summer, I am working as bar staff in music festivals and recently worked Download. While watching NXT UK this week, I nodded in agreement with Mr. Gibson and clapped as he called the crowd sweaty goths and insulted the music I had to endure for 3 days.
Sweaty what?
Goths.
Goths.
I try to do the Liverpool thing.
Sweaty goth.
As I sit here today, still with no feeling in my big toes, I had a connection to this insult and cheered him on with what I can only describe as pure, vindicated passion. Has there ever been a crowd rundown or insult you've agreed with more than usual and stands out from the rest? If so, why? All the best, Andrew Irvine from Glasgow. Well, I mean, sorry, pal, that you had to go to a music festival and listen to the music that they're playing at the music festival.
I knew you were going to get annoyed by him running down the goths.
Yes.
Bloody goths.
I used to be one of them. Anyway,
So
that's a good question,
basically,
though. When you've heard a
yeah.
wrestler run down the crowd and you've gone, yeah, the wrestler's right. It's been a few,
I know I need to think of one in particular, but there is sometimes the heels do make the best points.
Yeah, especially Gibson.
Yeah, he's great. Every heel promo he did a 5-star, I was like, yes, he's right. By the way, did you see?
Oh God, why did we not nominate him?
Yeah, we should have done. The guy who made the Desire video for 5-star wrestling. He made it look a bit too good.
I know.
Looked like a good promotion.
Well, yeah, because it was weird. He had the Comic Sans.
Yeah.
All right, oh, that'd be good.
This
He was
is
like,
gonna be
oh,
great.
it's all the good bits.
All the good bits?
Oh.
Should have been the bit when RVD kicked his own partner. Grey Oten started laughing.
When the last ever show when only one of the tag champions remembered to bring the belt, couldn't find the other one.
He put in the hair right at the end, as Ross pointed out.
The two final.
He saved the best to last.
The English Lion raising the belt and oh God, goosebumps.
A tear in my eye. Off the top of my head, though, I didn't see it, but the story that I forget who tells it. I think Carino or something, when the Iron Sheik was wrestling, I think Duggan in Canada, and so Duggan's like, "Come on, oh, crowd, oh, USA, crowd, USA!" And Iron Sheik gets on mic and goes, "Why you chant the USA? You're Canadians." The entire crowd just goes silent. Oh yeah, right.
Stuff that comes to my mind is just anything Daniel Bryan said this year.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Really good.
Yeah.
I liked when, not the pipe bomb, but the one he did after that with Vince in the ring. Oh no, it was during the pipe bomb. When he went, and those of you trying to cheer me and be clever, you're exactly part of the issue as well.
Yeah, I wish everyone who imitated CM Punk for the next 10 years remember that bit. Just saying.
Yeah, but there's been a few. Owens usually raises good points. I liked it. Wasn't so
Owens
much.
had some really good points.
It wasn't so much a crowd put down, but it was during his feud with John Cena when he was like, "My son loves you," and I hate that. And that sort of stuff. That was great. It wasn't like a crowd put down.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. One time in CCW, Kevin's team was wrestling, and he just had a match. He was like, he had the main event. It was like, oh, and I'll see you guys next month in the triple threat. Crowd's making absolutely no noise whatsoever. And he just goes, you know what? You guys should go online and go to like pwg.com and buy PWG DVDs to see what a real crowd sounds like. I'm just saying, just saying. Can't make any noise whatsoever. They're like suddenly then they're like, boo.
Yeah.
Give him the Kofi Kingston. Dear Cultaholic Podcast guys, hello, long-time listener, first-time commenter. After seeing the build-up and possible culmination of Robbie Eagles versus Will Ospreay at Southern Showdown, I guess is the promoter asking this question, I started thinking about feuds and storytelling. Personally, thought they executed it brilliantly and wondered if there were any feuds or storylines in particular that stand out to you guys from this year. If not, is there one feud that you would like to see this year? One that comes to me is Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston, which I thought was absolute class. Cordially yours, Stephanie, in brackets, not the McMahon. Oh, well, thank you for clarifying, Stephanie. I
bet it is.
So go on, I'm sure you've got something to say about
I've got one for the
Willow.
I've got one for the future.
Oh, go on.
Cody MJF, can't wait for that. When it eventually kicks off. Hopefully it does, because MJF's just...
It is almost weird having MJF as being Cody's friend when he's...
Salt of the earth, that kid.
They both started from the bottom.
The one that got me was the being the elite, where he invited him around to a barbecue, and then he left. There was a bit of spare food, and Cody was like, "I'm just going to run back inside for a second." And MJF went to give it to the dog, to Pharaoh, and then just threw it away.
Unacceptable, that.
You can't do that.
Don't do that to Pharaoh.
What a dick. Speaking of feuds that have been going well this year in Indie World, Volta versus David Starr.
It's a very good feud.
With the storyline basically being, every time he wrestles him, no matter which company it is, the Defiant, OTT, WXW, I think Progress, he doesn't win.
No, you can't beat him.
He can't beat him.
Well, of course, he's 7 foot tall. He's like a huge man.
Yeah, he's Volta. But then now they've turned this another thing. So OTT had WrestleRama 3, I believe.
Yes.
And, yeah, Star actually looked like he had Volta beat. Like, oh my god, he actually beat him. Then John Devlin, a huge pop from the crowd, and then Devlin came out and goes, "Nah, his foot was on the rope." Yeah. So I was like, "No!" Then he beats him, and that has been because they're turning into other feuds now and integrating other stuff. But I hope he never beats him.
That's another good one. Star and Devlin. That video package was amazing.
Yeah.
And it all started when like Devlin actually was about to beat Walter, and Star couldn't deal with his best friend beating the man that he couldn't beat, so he pulled the ref out or something, or maybe Devlin himself. It's a great story.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Don't quote me.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, in WWE though, because I'm sure there's lots of people want to hear our wrestling opinions.
Riddle Goldberg.
Yes.
Oh God,
That needs to happen.
You are the worst wrestler, bro.
Bro. Family laughing in the background. Oh God, yeah, come on, it's got to be something
The
good.
tag team war between Aleister Black and Ricochet and Gargano and Ciampa. That was a particular highlight for me. Used to love those series of matches back in the day.
Yeah.
It was ultimate sarcasm.
Oh, right.
You didn't get that?
I thought you meant on NXT.
No,
on
yeah,
the main roster.
on the main
Oh,
roster
right,
when they first arrived. They just put them in tag teams, didn't they? Pissed away 3 years of storyline in one of the teams.
It's great.
In NXT, there's been...
Dream and
yes, it was Dream.
what's his name? Breeze.
Yes. that's been
Shirai
really
and
good.
Basler.
Yeah, that's been really good.
Apparently in
yeah.
this week's... Oh, was that on this week's one? Shirai swore in Japanese. Apparently she said the F word in Japanese. I don't need effing Kyrie anymore, or something like that, she says. F her
Shocking.
in Japanese.
I thought she wanted to F her in Japanese. Wow. I guess when they were training up the curse words, NXT got the F words. That's nice.
Yeah, I got it from earlier.
Yeah, because they can actually swear on 205 Live because no one's watching. Hey guys, sorry, total joke. Hey guys, I was sitting in my bedroom watching WWE Monday Night Raw in 2017, and I saw an advertisement for the next segment, the Festival of Friendship. I immediately thought to myself that Owens was going to turn on Jericho. No, he didn't. When this ended up happening, it made the moment less shocking for me due to the fact that I was positive that it was going to happen. I found this to be the case also when Dean Ambrose turned heel on Rollins. Well, after they won the tag titles.
Yeah.
All right. I even said out loud, imagine if he turns right now, I bet he will. So my question is, have you guys ever had a gut feeling like this when some sort of relatively shocking moment wrestling was going to happen before it does? Keep up the great work. Mason Derulo from San Antonio.
It was just...
Oh, what are you doing?
It was just Mason, but I added Derulo in for my own amusement.
What's Derulo mean?
Jason Derulo? Jason Derulo. Right,
Is this
never
one of your
mind
music
then.
likers thing?
No, everyone knows
Ross,
Jason
who's
Derulo.
that?
I'm aware of Jason Derulo. About 10 years ago, I had a few hits.
What was one of his hits?
Talk dirty to me.
Oh, was that him?
And also, ooh,
He's
what you say.
riding solo.
Oh, that was him as well.
Riding
oh,
solo.
right.
Riding solo.
What's it?
Riding solo.
I'm riding solo. What was it? What was the other big one?
Oh, he did right. Oh, we had two all right songs in there.
No, he had no. What was it?
Talk dirty
I
to me.
got the sheets on the floor, nothing to me. Oh, girl, you're the one I want to want me. No, no.
That actually sounds.
Yeah.
And he's now
See,
booking Riptide Wrestling.
Oh God.
and it's out the park. Sorry, I know these songs, but I don't know who they are.
It's all by Mason Derulo.
Oh, okay, thank you.
I just put. He's
By
just called
Derulo.
Mason.
Okay, thank you, Mason.
Cheers, Mason.
Thank you for all the songs. And so the question is, any bits that you know that was coming, then it happened? I mean,
I can't think of any. You're a very clever boy, though.
yeah,
Mason.
wow, you're doing. do you want a job?
I'll say it's amazing when just from when we used to work with WCPW and stuff. It's amazing when you know something shocking is going to happen, and you're watching it from the crowd, and you're like, can't wait to see what happens here. The one I remember most is when.
I think I'm going to say.
Oh, you're going to say? Do you think I was going to say Pacitti and Kirby?
No.
I was going to say when Henry turned on Kurt Angle.
No.
Oh, what did you think?
Oh Christ, what's their name? The tag team that was in Defiant Wrestling.
Oh, Prospect.
Yes.
Sometimes a prospect becomes a legend.
Yeah. When they teased like, haha, I'm not going to turn on you. Leaves. Because the back and turns on him.
Yeah. They did like the old double Ciampa Gargano.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm caught. Anything's that you know what's going to happen. How could I forget this? Not much enough in this podcast. When Ric Flair turned on Sting at Halloween Havoc 1995, where everybody in the entire world, even those that didn't watch wrestling, knew that Flair was going to turn on Sting, apart from Sting.
Yeah. I had an inkling with that one. I was about 3 at the time as well.
Suck. Yeah. Jack the Jobber when he was 3 years old.
I knew.
His first memory. Watching Sting, even then he's like,
Little kid
Mummy,
with my Sting face paint on. Like, no!
Mummy, why is Sting stupid?
She thinks I'm being the bloke from the police. She's like, I don't know. Sorry, that was dreadful.
It's okay.
I'm not at the races today.
You're not the racist today.
Oh, God.
Kind of are, really.
Have you got any you want to throw into the ring?
I said a great one.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
sorry.
waiting for your
I can't think of any.
contribution.
I'm shocked all the time, me. I'm shocked when I wake up sometimes.
No? No?
What a pleasant surprise. I'm here again.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, okay. Anything? Wow, what a great...
I want to answer.
There's a person
I
on there,
want to do
so
one last one for Mason.
Go on, one good one. Send us home.
I knew that
Go on.
Mark Henry wasn't retired. No, I didn't. I didn't have a clue.
No one knew.
No one knew. No. No, it was a good question, though. Cheers, Mason.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Mason, and all the people. And I do check your names 3 times now before we read them out. But if you would like to send a question or attempt at making me look stupider than I already do, please send them to
mailbag@cultaholic.com.
There was a funny name in the mailbag today, but I couldn't include the question because I'd already chosen 3. But there was a guy who signed it off as Jafar from Aladdin. Just Jafar from Aladdin. Bit contrived, that one.
Not as bad as last week's, though. What was it? A bra for me tits. That's what it was, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Oh, yeah, that was right. Yeah. But it was like...
Fermi tits.
First one was like, okay, maybe it looks fun. But the only way to make that work is right, me tits. It's like, no, come on. Now it's time for Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces.
So good, they made a candy of it. And this week, we have plenty of selections, but I think we'll go with Rafa B in China.
Oh, God. It's gone from bad to worse, Maffew, because just before I came in the office, Iosi Perez,
Is he gone?
the top goal scorer for the past
that's right,
2 years, is gone.
James Smallman's going to get booed when he's a Leicester fan.
Is he?
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
Rondon's not there. 52.3% of Newcastle's goals from last season no longer there.
Big Hoss. Big Hoss. He's going to lead the line.
Who the hell's Big Hoss?
Hossaloo? You don't even know?
Oh, God.
He's your top striker now.
Nobody calls him that.
He's big.
Big Hoss.
I thought he was pretty big. He's not a target man.
He's a big man, but nobody
Yeah.
calls him that. Everyone just shouts, yeah.
We've signed 2 goalkeepers. Sunderland AFC.
Awesome. So yeah, but Newcastle's the equivalent to Impact losing the Hardy Boys. So let's go with Rafa B China. Thank you very much for sticking a knife in there. Heyman or Bischoff?
He got a city in China.
Just China.
Just as China.
Just China. Fair enough.
It's got a VPN.
I know it begins with a D. It's like Diwali or something, isn't it? I can't remember.
That's
Anyway,
a
I
Hindu religious holiday.
was going to say that Paul Heyman or Eric Bischoff?
Eric Bischoff.
Paul Heyman. Oh.
That was a great segment. So why do you say Eric Bischoff over him?
Because he's the only man in wrestling ever that has beat Vince McMahon at his own game.
Yeah. We
was
did just say this earlier, Rick.
83
probably
weeks.
looked
It was
ahead.
83 weeks, but when you think about how long 83 weeks is, it's quite a long time, isn't it?
Yeah.
And against Heyman, he did it all by the book. He didn't steal any music. He paid most people on time. I know he used to like firing people via emails and FedEx and whatnot, but he didn't do anything dirty, did he? Until you say something now.
Bischoff didn't do anything there. Fans, if you're even thinking about changing the channel, even before the one with Foley, even if he was doing it in 95, he was like, just let you know, was it Shawn Michaels beats the big man, meaning Sid, with 3 kicks that wouldn't get him a white belt at his local karate dojo. Sick here, fans, it's live. Nothing dirty about what Bischoff did at all.
Hey, that was not illegal, though, is it?
No, despite Vince McMahon's protest.
It's not like
a billionaire Ted.
It's not like stealing music and stuff like that.
Steal it. Heyman insists that they had an agreement where they got paid to use, I think it was EMI or some of the music label. Which is why they were all from the same bands and label at one point. So,
But they didn't, did they?
well, he did, but like that wasn't something that he was going to pay up for the network or anything like that.
Oh, they actually. I thought the thing was he used to just play music and just go, "Oh, it'll be fine."
I think people have said that as a joke, but other people say no, he did have one.
No, fair enough. Well, retract that. I'll retract that statement.
That's fine, but you're still picking Bischoff.
I'll still pick
That's
Bischoff.
fine
I'll pick
Go on.
Heyman because
he stole music.
I think if Heyman had the resources and the position of Eric Bischoff, he would have beaten Vince McMahon for more weeks. I think he's more talented than Bischoff.
Yeah, but surely everyone says that. If I had $1 million, I'd show Raph out or whatever. You know.
I think that I think they're both fantastic on-screen characters, but Heyman's a better one as well.
I don't know. Bischoff.
I was gonna say, man.
I think Heyman's
Bischoff
better.
was good.
I think Heyman's like one of the best
Someone
talkers ever. I think that he's a better booker, and I think that'll be proven as the weeks go on, depending on how much control they get.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that he's just a more forward-thinking. I mean, this whole thing's forward-thinking, isn't it, Heyman? He's always like, you've got to keep swimming.
They both kind of were.
Yeah,
I mean,
both are, yeah.
Well, yeah, Heyman was forward thinking when ECW was dying. He forward thought himself to a job on Raw commentating.
Yes, he's an excellent commentator as well. He's an all-rounder.
Absolutely.
He's one of my favorite non-wrestlers in wrestling ever.
Yeah,
Love Paul Heyman.
I mean, a complete carny through.
I do prefer Heyman to Bischoff, but like if
Right.
you're gonna say who's better, I think Bischoff's made a bigger stamp on the business.
I think Heyman has.
I would go with Bischoff as well for.
Heyman invented the Attitude Era, man.
Come on. The reason why wrestling is the way it is today, I must say, when I say wrestling, I mean WWE Weekly, is because of the things that Nitro did. Until then, Raw was doing squash matches, and how did Bischoff possibly beat Raw in the ratings when it was like, okay, well on Raw we have
Skip
Davey Boy Smith beating, I don't know, Skip or Zip, whichever one is free. On Nitro, let's see, we have a main event of Hulk Hogan versus Lex Luger. Right, okay. So they started popping off the big matches on weekly TV, starting to have the title changes and everything else like that. Like, watch this. And which Raw then started obviously doing and going, oh, we have to step our game up. And then they never really stopped. Squash matches become a rarity in wrestling now. You get the big match. Ricochet versus AJ Styles was a thing we've had last 2 weeks on Raw. It's a big match. Well, kind of is, kind of isn't, but it is in a way.
Yeah.
And that's all the things that Raw does now, the good stuff and the bad stuff, is because of Eric Bischoff kicking them up the arse.
I cannot believe that Eric Bischoff has beaten Paul Heyman in this Reese's Pieces. I thought it was going to be 3-0 to Heyman.
I will defend Bischoff when it's weird because I prefer Heyman just because he's entertainment and because of all the stuff he's done in the business. But it's because people generalize history and don't look at stuff. People think Bischoff had one good idea that he stole from Japan, got lucky, signed Hogan, dum-de-dum-de-dum, went out of business.
And
it's like, that's not at all what happened.
Bischoff did all of this, right, and had the advantage of being a handsome bastard, whereas Paul Heyman clawed his way through looking like that.
Oh,
What the hell do you mean? That's a bit harsh.
What do you mean? He's
just because you're the prettiest one in the office, sir. We cannot relate to
Have
this.
you seen Pachi? He's been looking fantastic recently.
No.
I think Pachi's been looking really
No,
good.
he doesn't want to hang out with me. So, what does he look like?
He doesn't want to hang out with
Can you take a picture and
He
send
He
it
doesn't
to
want
me?
to hang out with any of us anymore. He's just got Mr. Happy now.
I hate that cat. But yeah, Heyman's great. And also, special mention that the Heyman DVD/Blu-ray that we put out is one of the best things they've ever
Really?
made.
I've not
I'm
seen
gonna
it.
say, mate, it's up there with Punk and Owens. Just, I'll get it watched.
Right.
Because he had his life would make a great film,
Yeah. Yeah.
but still Bischoff.
But
Yeah,
Heyman,
for the sake of Reese's Pieces.
get Bischoff to play Heyman in the Heyman biopic. No, don't.
What?
Don't do that at all.
Okay, Jack clearly had too much heat. Let's go to the next segment. But thank you very much. Please send your Reese's Pieces to the usual place of
Mailbag at cultaholic.com.
It's Cultaholic's
and today's
Big
big question.
Love it.
Good. I'm glad something that we weren't talking about beforehand. Will WWE be improved by Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff? And this gives you a chance to apologise for saying bad things about Heyman. That's nice. So we'll start with you,
In
Jack.
between takes there, I said to Maffew, I can't believe I just said that about Paul Heyman, and now you've hung me out to dry, sir. What
I was trying to subtle, but you've just said it now, so thanks, Jack.
I think that I think it all depends on how much control that Vince gives them, because at any point Vince can just veto anything, can't he? And just go, no, I think that's stupid, I'm the head of creative. But if he gives them a bit of slack, I think that they will improve the product. I think that Raw will just improve exponentially. I think that SmackDown will improve and have a couple of weird stinkers, and it'll be interesting. I think both shows will get more interesting. I think Raw will clearly get better. I think SmackDown will get more entertaining anyway. So I think, yes, they will improve it. Unless they fall out and Vince fires them in like a few months, which could also well happen. Yeah.
It all depends on what SmackDown is, Because as we sit here in July, it's Raw Light. But then when we get to October, it's going to be the main one.
Yeah.
So whether Raw becomes then SmackDown Light, which it won't do because it's on different networks. We'll have to wait until October. I think Raw's going to hand SmackDown its arse until October. Then we'll have to see what happens then. But again, even though I've just said Bischoff is better than Heyman in terms of what the mark he left on the business, I've got more faith in Heyman.
Yeah.
Getting things through to Vince McMahon. And I've based that off absolutely nothing.
No, I think
Yeah, do you think the back of Vince's mind is like, Bischoff's like, this would be a good idea, yeah. And Vince is like,
It's just
screw you, your company went out of business, I hate you.
I was watching a video.
shut up.
I don't know why I hired you just so I could say no to every one of your ideas.
You know when Heyman did the old troll in Chicago and he came out to CM Punk's theme and then cut the promo like shutting down the crowd? Apparently they were going to do something else up until like the final moments before the show went live, and Heyman was like, "Let me go out there, give me 15 minutes, and I'll stop." Because it was this what was the crowd had a name for it, the CM Punk something or other. They're just going to bombard the show with CM Punk chants from start to finish,
Right.
and Heyman shut them down in the first segment, and that wasn't going to happen until very close to the show time starting. So that's what I'm basing that off. I've just thought of it there. That's my rationale.
I imagine it if
That's
you're,
good rationale, huh?
if you're Vince, like
Hello.
we've been to like the Heyman, the inside the ropes thing with Kenny with Heyman, and it's I imagine
Starring, not Undertaker.
I imagine it's hard.
There's no
not,
weekly dig, I'm sorry.
I imagine it's hard not to like almost be convinced by, because Heyman's just so like such a charismatic and convincing talker. It's really weird. You're like, you start to believe everything he says, and you catch yourself. You're like, well, obviously Undertaker versus Lesnar wasn't a shoot. Like, what are you talking about? But you talk so convincingly that you just get convinced.
All the wrestlers that were owed so much money by the end. Like, Tommy Dreamer was like, you go and go, I'm going to kill him. And he'd walk out the room after speaking for 5 minutes going, what a great guy.
He was literally going to kill him, wasn't he? You see
Yeah,
it?
Oh my God.
Jesus, yeah.
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
Oh, wait, if you haven't seen it, if you're watching this like a year or so later, because this went around Twitter for a bit. And also, by the way, if you're going to have any news to week, can you not like do it immediately after doing the podcast? Wait, we can talk about it. But anyway, yeah, Tommy Dreamer's... I'm not really sure he said it beforehand, and it's the only time it's been picked up, but he confessed he was in such a low mental state in 2001 that he was genuinely he was considering very strongly the idea of going to WrestleMania X7, killing Heyman by shooting him in the head, and then himself, because that would have left a hell of an impact.
Yeah,
He'd
during
never
the
really
show.
forgotten.
Apparently, he was meant to be. Was it in the same interview? He was meant to be involved in one of the matches, and at the last minute, he was taken off as well. So that was a double whammy after ECW.
Yeah, WrestleMania X7, there was so many things that changed on the show. It's amazing that we got one of the best pay-per-views of all time out of it. But yeah, Dreamer was such a bad state and being lied to again by Heyman, and was not a good thing. And I think even weirder, Dreamer said his mental state was so bad, he's like, oh, I'm glad I didn't, because that was a really good pay-per-view. That was ruined it, mate.
What a considerate man.
Yeah, thanks, Dreamer.
He seems happier now.
I mean, yes, I hope so.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, go back to... We had to tell that story, because Jesus Christ.
I know, that's amazing.
Do we even prove by Paul Heyman and Bischoff?
Yes.
Yeah, but as you said, it doesn't matter who they've got in. It's if Vince gives them the power.
Yes.
In mid to late 95, they got Bill Watts in for a bit. And Bill Watts obviously had a great run in UWF and all that. But TV got better for a few weeks, and it was one memorable bit where basically all the baddies beat up the goodies, which didn't usually happen.
Southern wrestler. Right?
Yeah, you just beat the hell out of them. And it was like, oh, great, because then they can do the rematch and all this. And it was like, oh, okay. But then Bill Watts just got sick of Vince going, all right, that's a good idea, but how about I just ignore you and do what I was going to do anyway? And then I think Bill's line was, there's only room for one Titan at Towers. So thank you very much, Vince. And
That's
left.
a good final line, that.
Yeah, and I don't think, apart from the last few years has been the writing team bit. When was the last time they had somebody in and announced it? I can't think.
It changes all the time, doesn't it? I don't think they announced it. I think it was a scope from somebody, wasn't it? I found out Dana Warrior was having a trial for the creative team that she passed, and now she's on there
Maybe it
full
wouldn't
time.
have been since like.
That's the hush money. But
I mean, you always used to hear
Heyman
about
and
like
Steph.
bloody. Oh, I've forgotten his name completely.
Oh, the actor.
The guy that used to work with. He works for the Rock's production company now.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Who always wrote the Rock?
Scott. No, not Scott.
He always wrote the Rock.
Dubai. I've forgotten his name
Jason
completely.
Derulo.
Yes.
Yeah, Jason Derulo. He used to work with Edge and Christian closely in the Rock, and then the
Yeah.
Rock's hired him.
Oh, that guy I know.
I've forgotten his name completely.
That was that was way ago.
Yeah, you still always hear about him.
Yeah.
There was also Chris Kresge
Yep.
and.
But I mean that's like again like what 19 years ago now, Jesus. But,
Yeah.
like recently.
When was
the last few
Lagana
years-
in that? Was that the Steph era of SmackDown?
Yeah, he was around 2005 SmackDown.
Yeah.
And then hung around and then did ECW on Sci-Fi.
Right. He was
And
a
then,
weird.
I just
then
wasn't
went to
good.
Twitter after that.
He was a
very nice.
weird bloke.
What was he?
He was at Manchester Media Con. Yeah, he's a weird bloke.
Why are you saying that?
No, nothing.
Yeah,
He was
what's
just-
this?
I go, I'm not gonna. You didn't do anything wrong. He's just a weird bloke.
Oh, I like him.
Yeah, fair enough.
Where did he touch you?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He was just a weird bloke.
Jack went up to him and just
Like, he just-
unprompted went,
Oh,
God,
right.
Paul Heyman's so ugly, right?
He just touched me right in the creatives, and I don't want to talk about it. Right?
Anywho.
Allegedly.
No, Lagana
Alleged.
never. He never did anything. I just found him a bit of a strange dude. That's all.
Okay, cool.
Seemed to be quite a confident man in himself, despite being Dave Lagana.
Oh, wow.
What? Well, he wasn't meant to be that good, was he?
No, Lagana had a good rep.
Was he? Maybe I've just mixed
Yeah,
it up with someone
I
else.
mean-
Sorry, apologies to Paul Heyman and Dave Lagana.
Oh, yeah, I think you're confusing with like a bad guy or something.
Oh, right.
I mean, in wrestling, in that backstage thing, I'm sure a lot of people hate him, but there's just so many good things he's done. A lot of people hate you, but also a lot of people like you. You know,
Am I the
depends
Dave
on what-
Lagana of
I think that's what I'm trying to say here,
Right,
yes.
right, fair enough.
But
I think you should just get rid of it and go back to the swimming pool days. Just bring back Cornet. Then that's
when I thought like Fire Festival.
Sam would have a field day if Cornette got rehired.
Imagine the network show that could get out of that though. Just round the pool with Vince and Jim and Shane and Vince pushing Shane at the pool and laughing. And Pat's there as well in the corner.
10 minutes
Sleep.
a week on Raw. Jim Cornette, what do you think of it? Just say anything new. Just. What do you think of electric cars? Electric car. Let me tell you. Whatever. Prius. Oh, right.
Whoa!
Will WWE be approved by him? Well, I think everyone's just like expecting, yeah, ECW style, like,
No, yeah.
like Rollins is going to come out to Rage Against the Machine or something. 15 unprotected chair shots to Baron Corbin's head. Or Bischoff's like, we need a big heel stage that comes out and pushes cars over. Like, if people think it's going to be like that, I was like, no, I think they're going to give their
I
contributions.
can't wait for the spray paint to get involved on SmackDown. There's going to be spray paint on the belts. That's what I think of when I think of Bischoff. Spray paint on the belts. Announce table spot? Is that because he got put through the announce table by Kevin Nash?
No, but Bret Hart and Nash.
Oh, in
did that before him.
WWF. Yeah. That was excellent, that.
It was.
Why am I talking about that match? Is that like Survivor Series 95 or something?
It is.
That's a great
Good
match.
lad.
That's a bloody
good
great,
lad.
that's a
Oh,
great match. That's
sweet.
so good.
95 sucked.
Everyone thinks
but
it's
that pay-per-view was amazing.
Everyone thinks it's real because no one had gone through an announce table before.
Yeah. And it's like this table as well.
It's a
It's
table
not even like a
table, yeah.
big, fully padded one. It's not the Shane McMahon comfy couch thing he lands on every freaking time.
such a
It
good
was.
match.
Oh.
Oh, I
We've
think
gone
it's
off
the
topic
best
again,
Kevin
and I
Nash
do
match. Right, sorry.
apologise. We are ranting, but yeah, I think it's a good sign for WWE that they're having to go. Look, guys, we know we suck. Here's two guys who don't suck. Give us a chance.
Right. Yeah.
Speaking of guys that suck and giving us a chance, thank you very much for watching. Cultaholic.
You just
Wrestling podcast.
turn heel, did you?
Oh, that was a good segue.
Call
No.
everyone that's out there sucks.
No, we suck.
Oh,
You
we
give us a
suck.
I
chance.
thought you meant them.
Oh, I thought you meant the people.
Those people.
No, I like those people.
All right.
Not all of them. I've seen the YouTube comments. I'll die in a fire. But
can't
thank you for
believe-
the nice people on Twitter.
I can't believe that. I'd like to, before we leave, I'd like to apologise to both Paul Heyman and Dave Lagana for the things I've said on this podcast. How'd you like the job on Twitter?
I'd just like to
I'll give
clarify.
you the statement, the statement I read about Crazy Mason for them.
I just want to clarify once again. I wasn't bad mouthing Jimmy Havoc.
We've all annoyed people on this one.
What a great podcast
Yeah,
it's been.
it's so bad.
Well, Ross, apart from apologies, is there anything else you'd like to plug?
No, not at all. Nothing.
Oh, okay. No upcoming videos
I've
coming
got
up?
nothing. No, just the same old bollocks every week, innit?
Sweet. And you can find that on Cultaholic
You can
YouTube,
find
right?
a Cultaholic YouTube channel, yeah.
Sweet.
Prog on the time on Saturday.
Yes.
I think it's doors at 4:30 or whatever. But I'll be
Yeah,
there.
that'll be accurate.
You'll be there.
Oh, we'll be there. And NCL,
Do you
we'll
wanna
have
go?
I'm a busy man on Saturday.
I'll be there. My mate Sparky will
Jimmy
be
Havoc's
there.
not going to be there.
He might. He turned up an OTT randomly.
Yeah, he did.
That's why I can't
What was
go.
that about?
Ross walks into the
Oh,
academy.
God, yeah, he might be. Yeah,
I
he might
can't
be.
risk that.
What were you saying? Your mate Sparky's
Mate
coming?
Sparky's coming. Well, he's more Sam's mate, but he's adopted me as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice when you get a friend of a friend and
Yeah.
they become
Now
your
we're
friend.
friends, yeah.
And the other friend gets jealous that you taught
Well,
him.
Sam's away this weekend, so I'm going with Sparky. It's going to be two.
Oh,
yeah.
cool, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll be
You'll
there.
meet him. You'll meet him.
Yeah,
You'll be
I can't wait to meet Sparky. They'd be like, why are you talking about me in your podcast? You weirdo?" And yeah, NCL, North Wrestling, has a preview match. I'm not sure what the thing is.
They're doing the
Showcase.
pre-show.
A show, thank you.
It's the Land of Gentry, isn't it?
It
Oh
is-
my God, it's the
it's
land
Spike
of
Gervais
Gentry
and
on
the rest.
progress. Oh,
But
that's
yeah,
good.
the lads will be there.
Tom
I'll
Campbell's
be
ring announcing
there.
the pre-show.
Tom Campbell will be there because he has NCL.
Oh, if he
Through
brings
and
our
through.
belt
He
into
has
the
that-
ring, I'm going
Oh
to kick
my
off.
God.
I'm going to kick off.
He's done some dirty things in that thing. He's one of them.
He's
One of
That
them.
man. That man. has done some ungodly things in that championship title belt. He's tarnished what we work for
I don't wanna
every
touch
single
it.
day of the week.
And only we can tarnish what
I
we
want
do.
to see him wash it.
Yeah.
You know when you have to request the phone number of like the people in the hotel who, like, if you see someone dirty in the room before you, they can have the number of the person who's cleaning the room just to make sure. And
Is that a thing?
Apparently so.
Oh.
I saw it on The Office. Pam says it. But I want to see Tom clean that thing before we touch it once again.
I was fine until the one of him in bed with it.
I know that's the exact one I saw.
Yeah.
And the one on the metro.
Never mind the bed.
Dragging that along those piss-drenched seats. What's he doing? He's not been in Newcastle before.
He doesn't act like he has.
Reckless.
On that delicious note, thank you very much for joining us. And don't forget, as always, to put your hand in the middle of the table and go join us.
Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments below. You can follow Cultaholic on Twitter @Cultaholic, and you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do, you can pledge to our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultaholic. Hit subscribe, and don't forget, join us.